morning. It is day 32 today. So yesterday was an interesting day. It was so random. It started off kind of like me deciding to do this whole day where I was going to do opposites, so like gritty and pretty, and it was just such a giggle trying to do all that in one day. I must admit it was quite challenging trying to fit it all in, because I tried to do it all on the same day, which was like my trail anniversary, so that was quite fun. And then I got to a point during the day where it was so hot, I was hungry, I was thirsty, and then just happened to walk around the corner and then there was trail magic, so that was crazy. So I stayed there for about 3 hours and then hiked out and got to camp. I think I probably got to camp last night about, I think it was 6:30, 7 o'clock, it was quite late. But got to camp and realised I'd left my Crocs at the actual trail magic place. So Jennifer, who I'm hiking with, she actually messaged the guy that was doing the trail magic because I didn't have any service. And it turns out that there's a girl called Flower who's carrying my Crocs out for me, so they left after us. So today I'm hunting for a flower to find my Crocs. So that's what the trail's like out here. It's actually quite magical, because it wasn't long ago that Jennifer actually found some flip-flops on the trail and she carried them out for someone else and returned them to the person that owns them. So everyone's just got at each other's backs out here, and I absolutely love it. So this morning, I think we've got about a 7 or 8 mile hike, and we're getting off at a highway where there's apparently a McDonald's, a service station or a petrol station, gas station type thing. But further on from that, there's somewhere called Del Taco, I think, which is where we're heading for some yummy food this morning, or at least it'll be about lunchtime when we get there. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm also going to try and get some a charger for my phone, because that's broken. Or it's very faulty, so I'm going to see if I can get one of those. And then we're back out again in the afternoon. I just love all these flowers. They're like little pom-pom things. They're so cute. They're kind of everywhere you walk sometimes, and some of them even have doubles. I'm leaving the lovely sunshine behind me and heading into this. I think it's going to be a cloudy day. The weather is just so weird out here in the desert. I can't understand it. Yesterday I was literally boiling hot, and now it's freezing cold. I've got my rain jacket on, I'm shivering. It's just not normal out here, it really isn't. The space of like a couple of miles in one day is complete extreme. But I've literally been walking in the clouds all morning, up hills, round little bends, through lots of pylons. Very attractive today. But I'm about 2 miles away from the junction where everyone normally gets off to go to McDonald's or Del Taco and places like that. So I've not got far to go. But I'm not vlogging much because it's just so unbearable, and the wind is usually so bad. So this is the first little spot where it's not been too bad. So I thought I'd give you an update. Yeah, so I'm just going to show you the views, what you can see of them, and keep on hiking. I've reached the road, and this is a very unpretty sight, to say the least. And the noise is just so loud. Hello! So it is day 36 and I have actually been off trail for 3 days because I came off a few days ago and my calf was playing up. The muscle in my calf has pulled a little bit, so rather than push it and get it even worse and make it more injured than it was, I decided to take 3 zeros, which was really hard work, trying to stay in town and not actually come out hiking, just to make sure that my calf was well enough to come out hiking again. Still feels a little bit stiff, so I'm going to take it very steady. So what I've actually done is come back to Cajon Pass, but I was staying in Wrightwood for a few days, so I actually got a lift into Wrightwood, and now I've come all the way back to where I got off a few days ago. So my first bit back on trail is walking through this, which is a tunnel that actually goes underneath the motorway, and it's the most strange, surreal start to the journey again ever. It's certainly not like hiking out in the nice beautiful scenery. It's all kind of chaos and loud again, so I am itching to get back out on trail again. I don't mind town, you know, to be able to resupply and do things, but when it's just waiting around when you're injured, oh, it's hard work trying to be patient. But I definitely didn't want to push my injury. I didn't want to make it worse than it already was. So I've got some kinesiology tape, so I've got my leg taped up, I've been doing my stretches, got my ibuprofen, so I'm hoping that it'll all be okay. I'm going to do a very short day today just to try it out, and I've got a lot of food in my pack, so I've got about 8 days worth of food with me. So I'm going to see how I get on. So this isn't weird at all. Let me put the camera around. I'm actually hiking under something. I don't even know what I'm under, but I've actually got to bend down and crawl under this thing to get back on the PCT, which is apparently the actual path. The trail's just getting weirder today. Look what I'm actually having to walk through. A great big pipe. It's just bonkers. I don't understand. colours are so beautiful up here. Everything's all yellow and purple. It is so pretty. It's just like all in bloom everywhere. I've just arrived at mile 347.2 and come across a water cache. I cannot figure out who exactly has done this. It could be, it says here, Trail Rats, Swart Hout Canyon, John, Dave, Steve. If it's you guys, thank you so much. Whoever has done it, I am so grateful for this. This water cache comes at about just after 5 miles after the McDonald's, 5.5 miles after that. And it's just before a stretch where there's about 17 or 18 miles without any reliable water source. So this is greatly appreciated, so thank you so very much for this. I've just headed back a little bit from the water cache and I've kind of come between the bushes and found this little spot. And I think this is going to be home for the night. It looks absolutely perfect.